Hi, I'm Janice Banther, and today we're going to be talking about the year 2016, which is coming up on us so quick, and about how to have your goals set so you can make sure you can reach your goals for the year 2016. And not only that, we're going to be talking about our goals for life. I know what you're saying. Janice, I'm just trying to survive till Christmas. I've not even finished my Christmas shopping yet. Forget making anything. The Christmas tree isn't even up. I haven't done this. I realize, I know the Norman Rockwell Christmas that we want everybody to have is honestly and sadly a thing of the past because women work now. We work. I know in the Norman Rockwell times, women didn't work and they stayed home and they could make all those things and do all those things. And now we kill ourselves working and trying to do all those things. So, you know, I'm sorry to my mom, but we're down to the plastic plates and not the crystal and not using the china. So it's kind of a hard thing for her to take, but reality was reality on some things. But we still have candles. So we're going to be talking about how to make the goals. So the first thing I want you to do is, if you want to do it this way, you don't have to do it this way at all. I want you to make goals for your life. And just like the last video I had about goals, I used a file folder. And so this is not my goals. I just started one off for here because I know you can stop the video if it's on an iPad or on the phone and enlarge it and see what I've written. So some of these things are more my personal things. So I just made this one up. And it says goals for life, as you see at the very top. And I did write a couple things about my goals that I have, and I wrote lines. What are your goals for your life? What do you want to accomplish by the time you're 70 or 80? What is it you want to accomplish? Because you don't want to wait till you're all of a sudden 70 or 80 and not have anything accomplished. So what is it you want to accomplish in life? I did this when I was 25 years old, and we won't say how many years ago that was. After that, you say, well, that's what I want to do in my life. Well, then you got to think, well, how if I did it my whole life? I've got to divide that by how many years it is from the time I reach 70 or 80 to get that accomplished. Like part of my things is I want to make sure I mentored so many women in a year. So many women in a lifetime. I'm sorry. It was, I had it written down right here. I took it. It's on another piece of paper I had somewhere else. That I mentor at least 900 people in my lifetime. And how many people is that per year? And how many people is that? And I'm on target on that. I've done fairly well. How many people do I want to train per year? How many people do I want to doula in my lifetime? How many people do I want to teach childbirth classes in my lifetime? What are my personal goals for me? How many certifications would I like to have? Or education in college? What am I going to do about that? And if you just take that down to a yearly way, okay, what am I going to get certified in this year? What am I going to get certified in next year? What trainings am I going to take? So these things all take place in your yearly goals when you think about how you're going to get this accomplished by the time you get to be 70 or 80. And I don't want to limit it to 70. My mother is 87, and she said, I thought when I was 70 I was old, so I quit working, because she started working after my dad passed away. But when you think about it, Penny Sunken is past 70. Still going strong. Oh goodness, where did I put her book? Elizabeth Bing's book from Lamaze. She was going strong almost until the day she died. And then this woman, who I had the great pleasure of sitting at her feet and listening to her stories, Gladys Milton, she wrote Why Not Me and Beyond the Storm. And she really brought midwifery back to the state of Florida. She was a granny midwife. Unbelievable stories. Oh my goodness, I was thrilled that I got a chance. And here's Elizabeth Bing's book that I have. And so these are women who literally worked until they were physically unable to or mentally unable to. And Penny Sunken is still working. Phyllis Klaus is still working. I am still working. We're all still working. I'm not saying I'm in the same field as them, but I'm older and I'm still working. So you want to think about what you want to accomplish. So for your year goals, you want to think about, I need to mentor at least 24 people a year to be able to reach my goal. I need to reach at least 10 prisons, because I have started birth behind bars. And so I need to reach at least 10 prisons and travel to at least 3 of them each year. I need to make at least 35 YouTube videos each year. I need to train doulas, and I've left that blank for right now because I have some health problems that might come up in January or February for some surgeries. So I'm leaving that blank for right now for this coming up year. And you want to put this for every single one. You attend your birth conference. Whoever you're certified with, you put it on your calendar. You attend, and it's on your goals. You attend a birth conference. And I need to start attending prison conferences where they do accreditation for prisons. and talk about Birth Behind Bars, Rails, and Least Exhibit. And then my reading. And then you need to take that down and break it down to how to make for the year. If you just said, well, that's great, I did this for my life, did this for my year. Okay, now what am I going to do for every day? Well, then you break it down. So what I want you to do is I'd like for you to make either a vision board, or if you want to do it on paper, it doesn't matter. It's whatever works best for you. If using pictures is best for you, then go ahead and do that. Then make a vision board like we talked about last video about making vision boards. Make a vision board for your first month or the first 3 months of this coming year in 2016. So a vision board for January or January, February, March 2016, and what you need to accomplish during that time. And the good thing about using it on a file folder, if you make a vision board and you've got pictures in it, and I had some pictures here I was going to show you that I was going to put in mine, that way you can keep it closed on your desk if you don't want anybody to see. If you're a private person, some people are private, don't want anybody to see it. Other people will be glad to put it on their wall and let everybody see it. So it depends on who you are. And that way you can open this up whenever you want to and look at it and see if you're still on track. Also, you might be a paper person, a paper girl, and you might have this in a notebook where you've written down what your goals are for the month of February and what you need to accomplish, or what you need to accomplish for the first 3 months of the year. Or if you're a tech girl, then you want to use your iPad or your tablet. So you have to decide which one you want to do. And that will get you started. So what should your goals be? You need to start with your birth work. Obviously, that's what you're doing. Your personal growth, another training that you need to take, your family goals. What are your family goals that you need to accomplish for your family? Vacation time you want to spend with each child. If you really have that many children, you need to write out how much time you're going to spend with each child. And some important goals. Maybe you have things that you just want to do around the house. You want to redecorate a room. You want to paint a room. You want to make things. I would love to be a DIY girl. I used to be. I love to quilt, but I don't have much time for quilting right now, and I have to put that on hold for a little bit. And I will get back to it, and that is a promise because it's in my goals. The next thing you want to do is you want to buy a very cheap calendar, but when you buy it, make sure it has all the holidays in there. And if you're in birth, I would also look for one that has holidays and full moons. So you know when full moon, new moon is, because you know how women are around full moons and new moons about having babies. And then this is what I'm saying, a very cheap one. You want to tear it all apart and lay all 12 months out where you can see it. And then I want you to put on there, get your kids' school calendar about what they're going to be for the year, for the spring semester, or whatever they call it, the spring semester. Yeah, the winter, spring semester, starting with 2016, and write down all the things that they have for school, when school's closed, when school's open, when spring break is, all the breaks that they have, if you have a child in college, if they have a parents' weekend, when their weekend is going to be for spring break, when graduation is. It's kind of an important thing to do. And also when your conference is, and any trainings that you're going to be attending, your family vacation, very important. Plan that family vacation. Do not regret a family vacation because you're on call. Don't plan anything around your vacation. Your family has to come first, or you will fail. I did this, and I made my husband literally crazy. I think it protected the children, but I literally made my husband crazy because I was on call. What if? Because when I started, there was no such thing as backup doulas. So you want to make sure that you think about that. So if you're a childbirth educator, once you're looking at all your months at one time, now you know when you can have your classes. If you're having weekend classes, if you're having 4-week classes, if you're having the 16-week classes, the 10-week classes, whatever it is, put it on your calendar so you can see where it falls with holidays when you know people would not be able to take classes during that time. If you're a doula, then you want to look and see, okay, in this month I can take X amount of births. In this month I can take this many births. Because it's going to be different every month depending upon how your family is and your calendar is for trainings that you're going to attend, your family events, and for your conferences. So you want to make sure that you have all that on there. So once you have all that done, then you can put it in the nice calendar you have for either in your tablet, or you may want to use what's called Life Planner. It seems like it'd be a really good thing to me, and my doula friend that had this up, and she's getting this, it looks like it'd be good. If you want more information about this, there's a website, and it's going to be below here, right here, and it's called Erin Erincondren.com, ERINCONDREN.com. And she has different planners that you can choose from. So it just depends on what kind of girl, what makes it work. If it's not going to work for you, then don't buy it. If something's not going to work for you, then don't go there. It's not going to work. Well, it works for me because I carried around a notebook for years, I mean decades, until iPads came out, and then I transferred to an iPad. And what I have on my iPad, and it's easier for me to write down my sections on a piece of paper that I have on my iPad than it is for me to show you on my iPad. So I have on my iPad, I have my daily calendar, what I'm supposed to do that day, phone calls I'm supposed to make, things I'm supposed to do, anything I'm supposed to write, anything to keep me on target on that. Places I need to go for my husband, if my kids are coming home, if I'm taking care of my grandkids, whatever. I'm looking at my monthly calendar. I need to be able to see my month all at one time. It's very important to me to see the month at all times, not just little dots. I want to know what those dots are supposed to be. And that way I know where I am. I am also a caregiver for my mother, so that is part of making sure I have her doctor's appointments too, besides everything that I have in my life. My next section in my notebook, in my iPad, in my tablet, is my goals section. I have my yearly goals and I have my life goals. My next section is birth behind bars, because that's part of my life, a huge part of my life. So how birth behind bars is doing, people I need to contact, people I need to work with, people who need more information from me, persons I'm contacting. The next section is for the love of birth, and that's where all my training is done. Anybody I train with is called for the love of birth when I do my doula trainings. Then I have a section for my mother. So if there's anything that's going on with her, any medication she's taking, anything like that, that's in that section. Then I have a section for my son, John's family. Then I have a section for my oldest son, David's family. Then I have a section for my husband. He travels like forever. And so I have Barry's traveling, because I literally don't half the time even know where he is. So that way I can cut and paste when the office sends me his information. Then I have lists for house. Anything needs to get fixed, done, need to get whatever, it goes in that section. And then I have my reading list, things I need to make sure I'm reading. Now on my daily, the first thing that I have for the day of every single day is I need to breathe. I don't do that very well. I'll tell you right now, I'm very bad at that. And even if I look at the word, I'm bad at it. Exercising of some type, whatever it is that works for you, and also your personal reading and journaling. If you don't start your day off somehow that way, or end your day off, it's better if you can start your day off with your personal reading and your journaling. That is a way of really clearing your mind out and getting ready for your day. I hope this has helped you. Now I know what you're thinking. How in the world am I supposed to do this, Janice? Rewind this video over and over and over and over and over and figure this out? I don't have time. January's almost here and I still haven't made one cookie. Well, I'm going to make it easy for you. All you got to do is email me, and I will send you the list of exactly how to do this, and I will be glad to mail it right back to you. So you email me. My email address is below here, and I will send you a document that tells you exactly how to do what I just said, and it'll make it so much easier. I promise you, you will get forward in this life in your birth work where you want to be and where you're going to go, and making sure you get the right trainings. If anybody would have told me when I started being a doula 33 years ago, and I started formally with an organization called For the Love of Birth 25 years ago, that I was going to be in jails teaching incarcerated pregnant women, I would have said, you are out of your mind. But that's now a huge part of my life, and I have a whole certification program just for birth professionals to take, so they can work with incarcerated women. So that is a huge part. You don't know where your life is going to take you in your birth world. I hope it takes you very, very far. Because you know why? You need to replace me. And that's important to me. I want to see you succeed so well in your life and with your family and in your birth work that you will be able to work to your highest place and reach that place that you never thought you could. And if someone told you now what it was, it'd scare you to death. Because it would have scared me to death 25 years ago. Someone said, Janice, you're going to be spending a lot of time in prisons. So go figure. I will send you the document. I hope this helps you. I hope this helps you with your information that you need and get you organized. You can get organized. Take it one step at a time. Literally, one step at a time. the book that worked for me that I told you, and I've showed it to you many times, and it's right here. I've got it hidden over on the desk over there. So it's called Disciplines of the Beautiful Woman, and I think it's still in print. It is, just to warn you, in case you want to buy this book, it is a very religious book. But the first time I looked at it, I thought, no, not for me. And the second time I picked it up, years later, I read it, and it changed my life as far as making goals for my life and making myself organized. Unbelievable in what it did. I know if I had never done that, I never would have been able to be with my husband and what he's accomplished, and I never would have been able to have birth behind bars. I know that, because I would have never known what direction to go into. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.